Tonight and for the rest of the season. But first things first, we need a very big welcome for our newest member of the team. Please put your hands together for Craig Hutchison.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Ben. Thanks, everybody. Fired up, Ben.
Great to have you here, Hutch.
Can't wait to get into it. And what a night to be here to launch the new year of the Footy Show. Sam Newman's exclusive interview with the most controversial figure around the Essendon situation, Mick Gatto, tonight on the program. Can't wait to get inside that. A coach who almost walked from his team in the off-season, and the Gold Coast Suns turn up the heat on their favourite son, Gary Ablett.
Sensational stuff.
This panel bet, which I almost forgot off the top, how well am I going? Dyson Heppel, here tonight on the panel, one of six alongside that man, Isaac Smith, the starry edge of the Hawks.
We have a new man on the ground up in Sydney. His name is Heath Shaw, and he's our new correspondent.
Can't wait for that. 25 years since this famous moment in football. Have a look at Nigel Smart tonight, the reenactment from one of our own.
Well, the great Phil Brown was that man there. He is after his own segment, and we've given it to him.
And this embarrassing moment for us all, the pre-season bonding camp gone wrong.
And can't wait for this. This is a new Brizzy band. Their name is Shepherd, and they will be bringing us home tonight. Now, to get us off to a fly this year, we need a first-class panel, and haven't we delivered on that? Please put your hands together for Alex Rance, Captain Dangerfield, and the big Bill Wellman. Kick off 2017. Big round of applause. Now, Hutch, I know that you have literally just sat down in that chair. You've just got comfortable, but what you're about to do in the next 10 seconds could actually make or break your career on the Footy Show. Are you ready?
Thanks for taking the pressure off so early. Good on you. All righto, there's no bigger honour in Australian television, ladies and gentlemen, than to introduce our next man on the panel. He's been here for 25 years. He's the biggest star in Australian television, the most watched and watchable person on the small screen. 300-game Geelong superstar, AFL legend, 40-year television legend. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for John Sammy Newman.
Welcome, Craig.
Thank you, Sam. It's nice to see you. Well,
now, Craig, since we were here last, well, you weren't here at all, but since we were here last over the summer, two great victories in 50 years. The Western Bulldogs.
Yep.
You would have seen that.
Absolutely.
And the other great victory in the States, which I believe you're at as well.
The New England Patriots, 5th Super Bowl, yes.
What? No? Donald Trump being elected as the President of the United States, one of the great victories, makes you proud to have America as an ally once again. But we, now just take this with a grain of salt, we are entertainers and we're celebrities of sorts, and we accept democracy. But our friends, our colleagues in the United States, they don't. And the beauty of Trump winning is that they have, the celebrities and the entertainers have wept and whinged and whined, and trouble is they get shit-faced on opiates, and then they spew out all that bile, which gives them delusions of adequacy. And you know what they are? They're nothing more than vacuums with nipples and pieces of smegma. They are psychotic. They are psychotic narcissists. That's what they are.
Opiate.
Opiate,
What is an opiate?
drug. Do you know what smegma is?
Paddy does, yeah.
If you don't know what smegma is, look it up. And that's what they are.
You love him, don't you?
Anyhow, the other reason I love Donald Trump, he is fantastic. But, Craig, the other reason I'm wearing this, we are one. We are one. I'm here to back you up.
Thank you.
And I've decided to give you all the support I can, and I've decided... Not a tooth. It's not a ball patch. It's not a tooth. I've done it, Craig. That's the end of my life for the next 6 months. So I'm in solid.
I do not believe that is real.
Yes.
Would you like to, Greg?
We saw you just 10 minutes ago. You had full hair.
It's real.
It is.
Beck, would you like to give it a polish?
No.
Sam,
Sitting back down now.
What? I can bring some wax
I
out.
can't believe that. 10 minutes ago, you had a full head of hair,
This is it.
and that's genuine. You've got a
so-
bit in common with Donald Day. Fake news and fake hair, and you've got the fake face, so that works out between the two.
Hey, well, incidentally,
We'll just get off this. They are going to implode the states. That is extraordinary what's going on over there.
bit Senator John
Incidentally,
McCain.
Daniel from Hairbox did this. Hairbox.
terrific news.
Daniel, thank you very
And
much.
terrific news for me. I have to sit between two bald men.
thanks, Beck.
For how long will that... I don't know how long that will take to grow back.
Mine actually will grow back.
Are you confident?
Very confident.
Well, you two have actually been quite civil to each other, which is good news because you have a lot of history, you two, Craig Hutchison and Sam Newman, a lot of history. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, let's take a little trip down memory lane.
Hutchie, I don't like to bring it. You're going bald, mate. And,
Look, seriously,
don't be an idiot.
What are you doing?
I'm coming round the back.
I don't mean you're a slob. I mean you just are a slob.
This is what we're doing.
And here's Craig Hutchison and Sam just preparing.
Let me reciprocate. This Hutchie look-alike. Hutchie has put out on the market a Hutchie look-alike kit. You can get it. I've got to put... Wouldn't he look better with hair?
Cool down, will you? Let's hope we get a little bit better this time around, Sam. It's great to be back working with you again. Let's get into the panel if we can. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex, first of all, welcome. I must say it's comforting to have another sex symbol on the program alongside me. Thank you for joining us. Big off-season for you. I'm joking.
My sides are splitting open.
Big off-season for you. You've been to places that many of us have never heard of all around the world. Can you tell us about your off-season travels?
Yeah, had a great time. Went over and saw Europe. So Paddy was in Italy as well. We saw a bit of Rome, Milan, my wife and I. Then we went to Russia, Copenhagen, Amsterdam and Iceland for something a little bit different. Been to Iceland, Sam?
Reykjavik?
Reykjavik, that's the joint, yeah.
Oh, I pronounced it incorrectly. Didn't
You did, unfortunately.
Off to a good start.
No.
Next one.
There's always next one.
I? And I haven't been to Reykjavik. I was just telling you I knew the capital of it, that's all. Any polar bears up there, or is it too far south?
No polar bears that I came across.
What in Iceland?
I'll tell you what there is. There's Atlantic ponies though, Sam. You ever heard of an Atlantic pony?
Is it a drink?
It's not a drink, no, it's not a drink.
A teaser pony.
That's a mule, a Moscow mule. I went to Russia though, so Moscow mules, good vodka drink.
A good drink.
So, have you been to Moscow, Sam?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't been to Moscow.
Hey, Alex, the great news is for us and for everybody else out there, you're not just appearing tonight, you're actually joining us every couple of weeks on the Footy Show, and you've got some weird and wonderful ideas that we had a bit of a team meeting a couple of weeks ago, and you presented all of your ideas to us, and we're in for a ride. Let's take a look.
Hey kids, forget what went on behind the walls of Windy Hill. Forget what's going on in the old White House. We want to find out what the crap is going on here. Inside Alex Rance's brain. We here at the Footy Show try and explain how this little tacker went from cute to downright crazy. Remember Pokemon?
Oh, you got a crab on your steering wheel, Sam.
That's just
Well, there's more where that came from, folks.
We'd love to hear all of your ideas.
Oh, I've got 13.
Serious. 13.
A whole lot more.
Fart noises.
Oh.
Here we go, movie recreation day. I could be Ace Ventura and you could be Greenwald, and yeah.
We've given Alex a camera and a license to do whatever the dickens he wants. What have we done?
You got room for me?
G'day, mate. Oh, actually, this would be great. We could go to old people's homes.
okay.
Do you remember when we had to start the car in the front like this? Yes, remember that?
Shillings into $1. Wasn't that a big night when we moved on? We got on the piss that night, didn't we? 10 shillings went to $1. Yes!
Be alarmed, boys and girls. Very alarmed.
Very alarmed. I don't know what inside that head of yours. Now, you two, Paddy and Alex, I can see you two sort of concocting some ideas maybe of teaming up and delivering some pearlers to us throughout the year.
Well, I think I might flick my sidekick Sam there.
Oh,
I might bring Paddy on board because he's got a bit of history with Jim Carrey, don't you?
There's a few ideas I think we've got in the pipeline.
I think we might concoct some lovely little dealies. So
Looking forward to that, Sam.
Just
Now, the Tigers are... Sorry, Sam.
Just in that clip we spec, you were wearing glasses.
I was.
Where are they? What are
I
they?
left them
Props?
at
Or
home.
are you actually going blind? What are your
I'm
eyes
actually
gone?
going... I can't see things far enough away, but I can still see you up close. Poor me. I wish I was long-sighted so I couldn't see you sitting next to me.
Hey, Alex, a big week for Dustin Martin. He's out of contract this year. He's going to be the talk of the town, and already we've seen him struggle with that reality. Before we get your views on that, this is what happened yesterday at a press conference to promote Sharon.
There's been plenty of speculation about your contract. Are you able to give us a little bit of an update?
Oh, it's just between Ralph and the club to sort out, but yeah, I'm here to talk about the Sharon today.
Do you think contract talks will be a
No,
distraction?
he's not talking about contract.
I'm here to
talks.
talk about the Sharon, so as I
So
said...
any more questions about this or not?
Re-signed?
Pardon?
Would you like to see him re-signed?
Listen, I'm sure that Dustin will make the right decision, and
Yeah, so a tough one. He walked away there, got some heat in some circles of the media, Alex. It's obviously going to be something he's going to have to manage through the course of the year. What was your reaction to how he handled that at the club?
I thought he was quite respectful with the way he went about it and stated the facts of what's going on between himself, Ralph and the football club, and he's well within his rights to say as little or as much as he likes about his contract. So pretty much my role as his mate is just to create an unbiased opinion, just be there for him whenever he needs to talk to. So I'm going to pass on probably Paddy's mobile number to him because he's had to go through this situation before.
Yeah, well, that's a good point, Paddy. You went through, not last year, the year before, basically the entire season, and we know that you were going to Geelong, but you couldn't say it. Difficult situation to be in.
Yeah, it is, and I think the key for a player that's interested in leaving a club, not that I'm saying Dustin is, but you've just got to be very repetitive, even if he's going to wait to the end of the year. If you change your answer or you change your wording from week to week...
Oh, yeah.
So what should he have said there?
Very careful you don't change your answer.
You just reiterate...
Be him for a moment for us. What should he have said?
Well, you just reiterate your first point. You say exactly what you had previously stated, because then...
But what is that?
And
What's
then
the right way
whatever
to
the
handle
question is...
Dustin, are you
answer
going
it,
to stay at Richmond?
Well, you answer it in the way that you would seem
Oh,
best
come
fit.
on.
You don't even seem like you can answer the question about the question.
I haven't made a decision yet.
Pardon?
I haven't made a decision yet. It's
He's
in the
staying at
hands
Geelong.
of Ralph Carr.
Hang on, he's answering,
Come to Richmond and
He
Geelong.
better be. He
he's
better
answering a question.
But I haven't made a decision yet.
Well,
It's in
how
the
long
hands
will
of
you
Ralph...
need to make the decision, mate?
No,
You've
Sam,
had
you're
the
not
summer.
listening. You're not listening. I haven't made the decision yet. It's between my management and the football club.
Yeah, but how long can it go on, mate? Why don't you get it off your chest and...
It's a decision I haven't made yet.
Something
but why
answer the
haven't you made
question.
it?
You can't answer the question if you haven't made a decision. But Paddy, do you get angry at journos for asking the question? Because the two different journos had two goes at that. Do you look at us and say, stop asking the question, or do we have a right to ask the question?
Absolutely, you have a right to ask the question. But for us as players, you've got to remove the emotion, because journalists are just doing their job. That's the reason they're there, to try and create a story. And that's how everyone gets along and improves in their own workplace.
But you know it's coming, don't you?
You're not happy, Sam, with that?
Oh, this is not the United Nations, mate. This is asking someone. This is asking someone: are they going to stay or go? And be very careful you don't change your answer.
What's he supposed to say, Sam?
Pardon?
What would you say if you're Dusty?
I would say that I'll be making a decision at the end of the year, and someone will say, well, why can't you make it now? I say, because I haven't. Now, are there any more questions on this subject?
That does leave the door open for people saying that you're undecided or you're 50-50.
What
would be the harm in saying that you hope to stay, but you'll see how it plays out?
Of course, if he's not undecided, he would have said, I'm staying. He's obviously undecided, isn't he?
Okay, after all this discussion, you know what? We actually don't know what Dusty's doing, so we're going to change topics. Alex, the captaincy and the leadership group at Richmond, that has not been decided yet. I would think that's a little bit unusual. We're on the eve of the season proper. Why hasn't that decision been made, and do you want to be captain?
Well, out with the zinger to finish. So I'll address it point by point.
Thank you.
You start your first point was about it being a bit later than usual. Yep. So, well, obviously we've had a lot of changes come about with new players coming in. Obviously we've got some really talented players coming in, some new coaches coming in, and so obviously at the same time we've got a new leadership program coming in. So it's taken a little bit of time, more than usual, to get that framework in place so that we can get some selection criteria who the leadership group will be.
A lot coming in.
And the next bit of the question, do you want to be captain?
Yes.
I love Trent as a captain. He's the best of us.
That wasn't the question. That wasn't the question.
Would you like to be captain? Has someone spoken to you about taking over
Some stage down
the
the
reins of
track,
captaincy?
would you like to be the captain, Alex? Is that tough to answer?
I feel that's it's a nonsensical question, though, Sam, because we've got a more than adequate captain who is in that place and position.
And when he vacates the position, would you like then to be the captain of the Tigers?
I'll be tucked up watching television by the time Trent retires, so I'm not sure I'll be in the right position to be able to captain the football club.
Alex, this is why you should be captain of the Richmond Football Club. This is called a cupcake. Look at that, Foss. You know what he did there, Foss? Farted in his hand and...
Oh, Bill.
Look.
Bill, we can see that.
Foss.
That's how you get pink eye, Sam.
What?
No, not this discussion again.
Do you know what pink eye is?
Stink eye?
Poo particles in the eye. Pink eye.
All right, we
Did
really...
you say poo particles?
Yeah. It's just it's a bit of jocularity around the change rooms.
Let's
You waft
hope to Christ they don't make you the captain. What's wrong with that boy?
Hey, Paddy, want to talk about your personal life, not footy for a minute, because there was a pretty big announcement in the off-season. Paddy is having a baby! Well, technically, Marty will be having the baby, but there was some input from you, so congratulations.
Yeah, it's safe to say my trip overseas was probably more fruitful than yours, Ranty.
So, where do you reckon? What town or city or country do you reckon?
Florence, that's pretty romantic.
The city of love.
The city of love, yeah.
No, is that Venice?
If you have a girl, you can call
it's in the
her...
same country.
Florence.
Thanks, Sam.
But no, it's very exciting, Beck, and
It is.
23 weeks this week, so it's all happening. It was
Well,
kicking
it's a
this
girl,
morning.
You call it Florence?
It's on the list.
Consider it.
There's a lot of books that are just full of names that I haven't really read any. Marty
Hell of a
has,
lot.
but there's plenty of names to choose from.
Pat, it was a very unique way of actually announcing that you and Paddy were pregnant. Let's have a listen.
Patrick and Marty are proud to announce a new Dangerfield for 2017, and I'm feeling Craig is the perfect name. This ultrasound has been brought to you by the obstetrician in association with the bedroom.
Obviously, I meant to say Marty there, but you know what I mean.
The original?
We love that. I love that. I love it.
Very good, Paddy. Absolutely very original with Craig Willis involved. Good to see. The big week for the Cats with the captain, Joel Selwood, costing you, in essence, a sponsorship with the TAC, which is based in Geelong, over a speeding indiscretion. How have the club handled that? Have you, as a leadership group, fined him, and how disappointed are you that your skipper would find himself in that position?
No, we won't be finding Joel. I think Joel's made it pretty clear. He's disappointed, as we all are, but it's a mistake, and we've all made them, so, you know, we'll move on.
Have you let him off the hook a bit easily because of his runs on the board, his credits in the bank? What an ornament to the game that he's been?
I don't think it's just an ornament to the game. I think if you have a look what Joel does in the community, I think it would far exceed the majority of people in this room put together. He's a wonderful person, including you, Alex. He's a wonderful person. He's a great role model, and I think we can forget that pretty quickly sometimes. So, you know, that's the end of it, really.
And, of course, there's only 8 people now working at the TAC because they have, in the name of consistency, they've sacked all their employees who have been 05, lost demerit points or had drink driving or speeding infringements. There's only 5 people working there.
You're not right about that. I understand your point, but you're not right about that. And the thing that people miss on this is that people die. There's 300 people die on the roads. Now, Joel obviously made a mistake and does an unbelievable job in the community, but he did the wrong thing, Sam. Unfortunately, at 27 kilometres an hour over the speed limit.
Yes, and I'd say a hell of a lot of the people that work for the TAC have done the wrong thing, but they would still have their job.
But they're entitled, the TAC, Sam, in their position when they're promoting a towards zero message, to take a tough stand.
It's not a tough stand. They could turn it into an advantage. They could turn it into...
The good news is,
but the good news is he's okay.
The good news is he's okay, and he's got a new mode of transport.
He's going to be watching at home. Sorry, Joel, apologies. Now, Paddy, last season you won everything there was to win, basically. We haven't even mentioned congratulations on the Brownlow last year. But amongst all your prizes, Paddy, you won a brand new Hyundai i30 for winning the Age Player of the Year award. And you obviously have not a lot of space at your house because you're doing something pretty special and pretty important with that car.
Yeah, Cottage by the Sea, which is an organisation which basically provides kids in difficult situations the chance to spend a weekend or a few days on holiday and basically get to experience what most of us take for granted. So all monies raised by the auction will go to Cottage by the Sea, which is a wonderful organisation based on the Ballerine, which I know you're a part of, Beck, and I've sort of joined forces with for this year. So it's a wonderful cause, so I'd urge everyone to get on board and you know, put your checkbooks out because it's a great cause.
Yeah, it does. Cottage by the Sea is, as Paddy said, something that we're both involved in. It's a terrific organisation. And really and truly, I mean, thank you very much for donating one of your prizes. That's an extremely generous offer. So we are doing that throughout the show. It is a live auction tonight. That little car there, it's a white zippy one. It's a Hyundai A30 Series 2 active automatic. Now, all you need to go throughout the show, and we'll be reminding you of this, you need to go to cottagebytheseaauction.com to bid for the car. All of the proceeds tonight are going to Cottage by the Sea.
Well done, mate. Great cause. I think you're fantastic cause. Yeah, absolutely.
Just giving away cars, giving away medals.
He won 15 cars last year, Bill.
Last year,
got 14 left.
Yeah, the Anglesey Football Netball Club, you gave one away. You won on the Sunday show.
Yes, they've got a new car. And Sam, I've seen your car. It's a manual. I think it would be a good time, given your age and your decision making, which is obviously lacking of late. Yeah. I think it'd be a very good thing for you to purchase.
Hyundai, would you like to roll around in a Hyundai?
It's economic.
Not even if I thought it solved world hunger.
All right, let's move on. Speaking of Sam, we can all move aside, push aside Damo and myself, because Sam has developed into the biggest newsbreaker in the off-season, and today was Sam Newman at his absolute finest. Big allegations this morning. Damo's been working on this for days and reported that Mick Gatto was called in, or alleged to have been called in, by the Essendon Football Club to resolve its differences around the time of the Shane Charter, potentially before the evidence. Today, Mick Gatto spoke exclusively to our own John Sammy Newman.
Look, with this one, I did get embroiled in it, and I was approached.
Now, here's the question, Mick. Were you approached officially by anyone from Essendon in an official capacity to try and sort out this saga?
I was.
Could I ask you who approached
No,
you?
it wouldn't be very professional of me to divulge that, especially publicly.
I
couldn't
knew
do
you
that,
were going
mate.
to say that.
I know.
But so,
Got a crystal ball.
So it was in an official capacity, an official of the Essendon Football Club.
Yep.
And I know you won't tell me his or her name, but what specifically, Mick, did they ask you to do?
Oh, they just wanted to find out what was going on with it all and what I could find out and just, you know, have a feel around. But
Mick.
But listen, before you go down that track,
yes, all right.
I was approached by Shane Charters.
Right.
Now, Shane come and seen me and he said, mate, I've been hard done by her. He said, I can prove, beyond any shadow of doubt, that the supplement that they brought over here, the Thermiso 4, whatever it was, I can prove that it wasn't that it was something else.
It was legal.
He had compelling evidence that it was legal. We'd done a deal with some members of Essendon. We tried to do a deal. He wanted to be paid for it because of his hardship and what he's been dragged through. They wouldn't hand over, so they went and paid lawyers millions of dollars instead. Danks and Aluva, whatever his name was, they did order the thermicin 4, which is illegal. Yeah?
Yes.
They did order that, but they didn't get that.
Did they order it for Essendon or for some other
whoever they
purpose?
ordered it for is their business. But what they received was illegal stuff. He can prove that. He's got compelling evidence to prove it.
So Essendon, we're going to meet with you because Charteris organised a meeting, or this party from Essendon, this official from Essendon that you won't name, organised a meeting and then they backed out of it.
Yep. I have met with Essendon officials, which I won't publicly nominate,
Yes.
and tried to broker a deal. And
what would the deal actually
involve? A deal to pay Charters to divulge all this information.
So this is extraordinary, Mick, that you have been asked to try and resolve the greatest sporting scandal and fracas in Australian sports history by brokering a deal with Essendon for money to prove that Essendon had received no illegal substances and in fact had not been injected with anything other than what they said.
100%.
There you go. So that was Sam's exclusive chat today with Mick Gatto. A couple of interesting things there for mine. We'll hear from Damo in a moment, by the way, who's got the reaction from Essendon, who don't accept some of those things. And he's saying two approaches, one from Essendon and one from Shane Charters. Do you believe what he's saying? Do you accept him at his word?
Oh, I believe what he's saying. He said that he could, Charteris could prove that the substance was legal. And I said, well, how would you do that? He said, we have photographs. I said, what's a...
But he shouldn't need to be paid to do that if it's the right thing.
Well, he said it's for pain and hardship, and he wanted 800 grand.
800,000.
Yeah, so if you are an Essendon benefactor, if you give Shane just a quick 800...
but how that evidence couldn't stack up?
No, because and you'd have to have a file of it and examine what's in it. But how would you know what was in it? Could I just say, this was a private thing between me and I, and we allowed people in there. Tony Sheehan, you're a piece of shit, Tony.
Hey.
No, mate, you leaked that. You took that and gave it to all the other networks. I know we've been breaking stories here for 24 years, and we've been helping our friends in the media. But Tony Sheehan, you're a piece of shit.
Anyway.
All right, let's move on. Damo, let's welcome in Damien Barrett, who joins us for the first time. The second biggest footy newsbreaker in football, behind Sam these days. Welcome to you, Damo. Multiple award-winning, I think 16-time AFMA winner. Welcome Damien Barrett back, everyone. How have Essendon reacted tonight to the Mick Gatto interview and the exclusive with Sam Newman?
Yeah, I've spoken to Xavier Campbell, the Chief Executive Officer, and he has reiterated comments that he has not personally had any dealings with Mick Gatto, and has also, along the journey, passed on everything that he's done of any significant nature to the AFL Integrity Department. The club itself has released another statement saying that a lot of the allegations made today by John Elliott, the former employee, and also Dean Wallace, the former premiership player, the subject of Victoria Police blackmail investigation. And the additional comment tonight made by Lindsay Tanner of the club, Hutchie, is that Paul Little, the man he replaced as president of the club, had said that he had been approached by Gatto to do some dealings for Essendon, but had declined on that particular matter.
Let's move on. Plenty going on in the world of coaching. 4 big names under the microscope already into season 2017, and tonight, revelations of a 5th from you, Damo.
Yeah, on the coaching perspective there, Hutchie, you can add Brad Scott to that list when it comes to players players or coaches under immediate pressure before the season even starts. And that's on the back of a situation that had Scott in a standoff with his own club, North Melbourne, as well as a situation that had him considering his own future at the club late in 2016. It was high tension time. It related to the forced exit of Brent Harvey and other senior players from that club at the time. And it reached the boiling point last September. And the subsequent turn of events, which I'll get to in a minute, surprised North Melbourne when they became aware of them. And that was that the Scott camp had dialogue with the Brisbane Lions, who were looking at the time to replace Justin Lepich as their coach. In the end, the Lions did not want Scott. They chose Chris Fagan over John Barker, who was effectively the runner-up of that situation. And North, at one stage of the goings-on at this period of time, were unsure if Scott was going to come back to the club to take up the 2017 and 2018 component to his long-term deal. The main issue that Scott and his camp felt during this period was that they felt that the club had left him to hang out to dry over the supporter backlash. And if you remember, it was ferocious supporter backlash over the Brent Harvey sacking. But interestingly, it is the second time that the Scott camp has had dialogue with a Queensland club, and the club in question the previous time was the Gold Coast Suns, and North Melbourne felt the AFL at that time was actively seeking to have him replace Guy McKenna there at the Gold Coast Suns. Everyone associated with this story was not commenting on the specifics around it when we approached them over the past couple of weeks, but we have got Scott's manager Craig Kelly from TLA tonight providing this statement to the Footy Show, and that is that his management will not discuss coaches who are in contract. Our belief is that contracts should be honoured by both parties. I've been consistent with this statement for some time. Ben Buckley is the new North Melbourne chairman. I put this matter to him in a recent interview, which will air in extended form in coming weeks.
The management of Brett Scott, Ben, I'm assuming you're aware, have tested the waters last year on the back of that Brent Harvey and other players' situation. There was a bit tense in there at times. Are you okay with that, with his management doing that?
Well, look, I think the footy world is abuzz with speculative, suggestions about where people might go and what they might do. I mean, that sort of always happens, in any given year. If there were other clubs out there at that time looking to make a sort of a speculative approach, I wouldn't be surprised.
Ben Buckley, they're the chairman. More on the coaching situation around the AFL landscape later on, and a big story at the Gold Coast Suns. Damien Barrett will be back a little bit later on in the show. Good to have you back, Damo, for another year.
Thank you.
But speaking of news, now, this bobbed up on, I think it was the Daily Mail, Beck, over the course of the summer.
Wonderful publication, the Daily Mail.
New Year's Eve. So here we go. Sam at Shane Warne's fancy dress. Back to school. Sam Newman, 71, arrived at Shane's party with a blonde woman wearing a school dress. It was a school dress-up party. And that was Sam. Now take a look at this one. Heading for a big night, the woman appeared in high spirits as they chatted to a man on their way in. That man...
I didn't even know your name,
didn't even recognise you, Bill, and they completely ruled out the possibility of you arriving with those three girls.
Oh, Bill.
But I'll tell you what, Beck. I'll tell you what, Beck. Those girls knew me at the end of the night. Don't worry about that.
Driving it home.
Okay, on that note, we are going to take our
Did
first
they?
break,
What,
would you
Beck?
believe it, for season 2017. We will be back with our brand new Sydney correspondent, Heath Shaw. He's joining us after the break. See you soon on the Footy Show. Also got Dyson Heppel coming up, Isaac Smith and Shepherd. The Brizzy Band are bringing us home tonight. Sam, if you missed the start of the show, Sam shaved his head.
Yeah.
Can you give us a look? Lift the hat.
Beautiful.
Seriously, Sam, it is your only redeeming feature and you have just got rid of it.
I tend to agree with you, Beck. I don't know how you two bozos can go through life with no hair. I just feel, I've lost all my confidence.
You're
Not
like
that I've had
Samson,
any.
all your power.
I just feel like someone's cut my brain out. I know I didn't have much to... How do you get by without hair?
Yeah, we'll be right, Sam. We'll get back to that a bit later on. Maybe some lookalikes a bit later on in the show. But time to head to Sydney now to our new correspondent. He is one of the stars of the premiership favourites, the Greater Western Sydney Giants. Put your hands together for Heath Shaw, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Heath. And Heath, welcome to you tonight, mate. You're in Canberra preparing for a Giants game, and congratulations, you've pushed aside Stevie J as our new man in the Harbour City. Well done.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and thanks for putting me up at the penthouse too at the Novotel. I couldn't get a camera in the smaller room, so they put me in the penthouse, and I've got a balcony and everything. It's great.
Probably the highest building in Canberra, Sam.
I think
about
you're
5
only
stories.
staying there for 5 minutes. Hey, Heath, everybody is talking about GWS this year. They're saying you pretty much already won the flag. How's your popularity going up in Sydney? Surely it's building now and everyone knows who you are.
I think it's definitely building. We've got 16,000 members now, which is a high for us. So I thought I'd take a look out in the heart of Western Sydney and just see how much the word has spread about the Giants.
Hang on, mate. Do you know who the Giants are?
No.
Yeah. Do you know who the Giants are?
No.
Do you know who I am?
No.
Do you think the Giants are good for Greater Western Sydney?
The best, mate.
Do you
Best
reckon
thing they've happened out west.
Yippee! I go for the Giants.
I hate football.
Do you have any pom-poms at home?
No, I can make them.
Yeah, do you know who I am?
Oh, definitely.
What's my name?
Sean.
Sean, that's it. He's Sean. So what do you do with yourself, mate?
I gamble on horses.
Who's your favourite horse of all time?
The winner.
Yeah, he's a GWS footy player.
So you're telling me that I'm paying $5, so $10 a game?
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. You tell me what, should you be a member?
No.
Okay.
They've got good bodies, sir.
AFL players?
Yeah.
Do you think I've got a good body?
Yeah.
Do I look good in this kit?
Oh, you look sexy, mate.
I don't know, mate, but, you know, if you're a woman, yeah.
Do you know who I am?
I don't actually. What's your name, mate?
My name's Heath Shaw.
Heath Shaw, what do you mean?
Nice to meet you.
Of course.
I've only been playing footy for about 15 years.
Yeah.
What would you do if you were in the presence of Heath Shaw? What would you say to him? He's a superstar, and that he probably should be captain. That's a fair call, mate.
I don't like footy because the people I've always met over the years in football, I never regarded them as a lot of brains.
We've got 15,000 members, the Giants.
Yeah.
What would it take to get more members on board for the Giants, do you think?
Kiss on the cheek.
Thanks, mate. A little bit of snot on there, that's all right.
To me, they're a little bit like fighters.
Yeah.
Do you expect a fighter to be a genius?
Not with that many knocks to the head, I wouldn't have thought, no.
When I put footballers sort of in the same category. Is that all right?
So you would be saying that I'm not that smart?
Yeah, I would.
Just one more member for a kiss on the cheek? Yep. What about these?
Bunch of Heath in the studio.
In Sydney, Greater Western Sydney, 16,000 members. Well done to you, Heathy boy. Now, you're a touch different. We all know you're a bit different, Heath, but why are you doing laps at pre-season training in your jocks? Heath?
It was a tough session. Yeah, it was a tough session, and it was pretty hot out, and the shorts are pretty heavy. They're filled with a bit of sweat, so I thought I'd just lighten the load a little bit and chuck the shorts off, and it worked a treat. I was miles in front of everyone else.
You're clearly a shy retiring type up there, Heath. What was the story with giving up the vice captaincy during the week?
I had a conversation with Leon about it, and we were just sort of chatting, and I just thought it was a good time to hand it over, and I think it was perfect timing to hand it over to Stephen Canillo, because the way he's developed over the time that I've been at the Giants has been amazing, and I lived with him for 3 years as well, so I thought I'd handball it off to him, but he's been great, and me and Leon got together, and we thought it was the right thing to do.
Well, you're our man in Sydney now, so we're going to set you the challenges, the big exclusive we want out of Sydney for the year. We want an interview with Buddy Franklin, sit down one-on-one with Heath Shaw, the Carl Stefanovic interview, the whole lot from you, please.
Adele?
I'll try my hardest. I can't promise anything, but if I'm struggling a bit, I'll just go over to my brother's house and just interview him.
Heath, I've got another name for you. Could you get us a one-on-one interview with Gladys Berejiklian?
Who is that? With who?
Yeah, that'd be the Premier of New South Wales. But anyway.
I'm not sure he's into his politics, Heath. Thought it was a singer, didn't he?
And get us some porn and fireworks while you're up there in camp.
Thanks very much, Heath. I look forward to interviewing you and covering all the big stories in City during the year. Put your hand together to Heath Shaw.
He is going to be a very good asset to the footy show, I feel, throughout the year.
Did you know that was the New South Wales Premier, Sam? What? Did you know that was the New South Wales Premier?
No, I did
Gladys,
not.
no.
No. And of
She's only
course,
new.
Heath was part of one of the top 5 games ever played in AFL, VFL history. The preliminary final between the Western Bulldogs and the Greater West Sydney. One of the great games ever. Might have changed the paradigm, the way football's played.
Only one you watched last year, though, wasn't it?
That's a fair comment.
Now, we have some great news for everybody around the country because for the first time ever, and I get questions about this all the time, the footy show tonight and every other night is being streamed live around the country in every state. So for all you non-Victorian fans, you can watch the show live every week. All you need to go is to 9now.com.au/live, or you go to the 9Now app on your phone.
Absolutely.
Easy. So don't need to tweet me and ask questions about where I can watch it live and complain that you can't
There
see
you
it
go.
live up in Queensland. Dad, you can watch me live now.
There you go. Well, absolutely. And to everyone in New South Wales and Queensland watching live, a big welcome to you. Speaking of live, tonight from home, in fact, throughout the entire year, we'll be having the biggest stars in the competition tweeting their thoughts in real time. Tex Walker has been given the job, the Adelaide captain tonight. There he is at home a short time ago.
This is
Looks
dangerous.
comfortable.
I don't know about this. I reckon this is dangerous.
Bit of hungry bum going on there.
He's got reverse camel toe going.
It's not the most flattering picture we put him.
Actually, has he got shorts on?
Yes, he has got shorts on.
Oh, ridiculous. Let's have a look at the Richmond list, thank you. But where the hell? I'll just have a look at that, Sam. You're right. Let's have a look at the Tigers list. Been very good this JLT series, Alex. And a couple of very handy pickups there in the midfield. Both played 95 games, by the way, in Josh Caddy and Dion Prestia. So they've played that 100 games. They're ready to play some more good footy. And both very good friends. And Toby Nankervis, I like the look of him.
Yeah, the Widowmaker, Big Nanks. He's throwing his weight around in the pre-season so far, which has been fantastic. We've got a lot that's new about the football club. New sponsor, Puma on board. Obviously a nice bit of talent in the midfield too with Prestia and Caddy also.
Maybe a new captain too, we'll see.
Yeah, but these two are going to be very nice in that midfield. They'll help out Koch, who won't be the captain, and also Dusty, who'll play forward more now.
Nice feeling about the Tigers at the moment.
Yes.
Nice.
We've got to nip that in the bud, I reckon.
What?
Kochi's going to be our captain.
Well, appoint him.
100%?
We've got to nip that in the bud. So he's the... yeah, it gets to a point where enough's enough. Trent Cotchin is a fantastic leader of our football club. I love him as a mate, and it's a bit frustrating when people start to, have a chip away at him and his leadership.
This is great. This is what we want to see.
Yeah. So
appoint him tomorrow.
What's that?
Appoint him tomorrow as
not
captain.
up to
Well,
Alex.
it's a group decision. It's a club decision, and
Players?
it will reveal itself in due time.
Is it a player's decision?
Yeah, it's a player's decision.
So
you voted for him?
You'll vote for yourself? Or
Secret
when
vote?
the voting happens, absolutely, I'll vote for Trent
It's a
Cotchin.
secret ballot, is it?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it'll be a heads down, thumbs up. I'm not sure how it works the situation, but.
Hey, Alex, I reckon Richmond are going to go all right this season because if the boys put as much effort in on the track as they do to their hair before the season photo, what on earth is going on here? You could not get a space at the mirror, a spot at the mirror.
Like your
Look at
bathroom.
this.
Yeah, a
It's
couple
longer
of-
than me in makeup.
No, it's not.
A lot of them are batting pretty well below, so they need to put a fair bit of time in to get that hair looking okay. So, Shane Edwards, he's one of the cuties of the football club. So, they put a lot of work in. Photo day, very important. Spend a lot of, they'll be there for the whole year. So, very important, Sam.
It is.
Yeah, magnificent. Good to see Tex up and running already in the show. Now, Sam, your great contemporary, the late Billy Barrett, sadly passed over the summer, which was very sad. One of the Richmond greats.
Well, it was, and he was a great player under Tom Hafey, premiership player, great centre man for the Tigers, and of course I kept his name in the forefront over decades because you keep showing the time I slapped him while he was on his knees. Yeah. I'm hoping this will now retire that piece of vision, but I'm told no, in memory of Bill, we'll keep showing that. So, in a serious note, our condolences to the Barrett family and all his friends and relations, and he was a great player, and So good luck to you and all of his friends and family. And it was a sad thing, of course, when anyone dies. But of course, Bill, because I have that as a memory of him.
Yep. So rest in peace,
Whatever I
Billy
said.
Barrett, and condolences to the Barrett family. And just confirming that we are going to retire that vision.
We are.
That's the last time you'll see it on the show.
That's it. Now,
well, Bill, if anything's happened that you could save your old mate, you've done it for me. Thank you very much.
Now, as we move on, you've become an even bigger star, Becca, over the summer.
You have too, Becca.
An even bigger star. You're the star of 2016, and we're going to see you on these screens this year in Australia's biggest television show, Australian Ninja, which you've already recorded. And you're co-hosting. It's going to be a smash hit, so stick around. It's going to be on Channel 9.
Well, now that you mention it, there is a great new show coming up on Channel 9 later on in the year, and it is called Australian Ninja Warrior.
Can't wait to see it, which is
it is absolutely sensational.
Massive production and one of the biggest things that 9 will ever do. You know you've made it, Sam, and you've been in this situation before. You know you've made it as a really big global star when you sit down with Mike Sheehan. Football's conscience, Mike Sheehan.
Yeah, Mike.
As our Beck, did this week.
Really?
Yep. In a very special edition
Amazing.
of Open Mouth.
Hi, I'm Mike Sheehan, and this is Open Mouth. She's an award-winning journalist who has sat opposite criminals, escapees and scumbags, and that's just in the Geelong cheer squad. She most recently joined the Footy show, where she quickly learned a few things working beside Sam Newman, the main one being CPR. He really could go at any minute. Rebecca Madden, welcome.
Thank you. It's a delight to be here.
Your credibility, Beck, has the Footy show damaged it, or is it pretty much on its last legs after working with Koshy?
No, I think it's still intact.
You once said the best piece of advice that you were given is that no question is a silly one. How about how much wood would a woodchuck wood if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I mean, you're entitled to think that's a pretty fucking stupid question.
That's the silliest.
It is the silliest? Or what about sitting next to Craig Hutchison on live TV?
That's pretty silly.
Now, I've put together a top 50 of things you'd like to see Hutchie do now he's host.
Yeah.
The first 10 are shower. Am I on the money?
Possibly. I think there's a special towel in his...
A special towel?
dressing room.
Oh, there's many. There's 10. Yeah, there's 10 towels in there. Beck, explain Instagram to me. Why go to the trouble of photographing what you ate for lunch? I mean, want to know what I had? It's usually on my chin. Speaking of... there's nothing there, is there?
No.
I thought there might have been a bit of lobster risotto still from La Porchetta. The other love of your life, your husband.
Yes.
He's a cameraman.
Yes.
Now, a little birdie told me that during your special time in the bedroom, you like to call action, cut, and occasionally from the top.
On top.
On top. Fantastic, Beck. Do you subscribe to the theory that on occasion you can be a little sultry?
Can I?
The dance on the grand final show last year.
Oh, I dance. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know I had that within.
I think you did. I mean, that's the way it comes across. I mean, you know what I thought when I was watching it last year?
What?
I thought, thank she's on the show and not Sandy Roberts. Could you imagine Sanders in parachute pants gyrating with some lass between his legs?
No, I love Sandy Roberts.
You're imagining this right now, aren't you?
Yes, I
Sanders,
am.
you are. You dirty girl. Rebecca Madden, thanks for coming in.
Thanks so much.
No. Put this in.
Welcome back to the Footy Show. Big shout out to our major partners and sponsors in 2017. Home Timber and Hardware. Go where the tradies go. Sportsbet. Download the mobile app today. And two new major partners in season 2017. The mighty Chemist Wear. Mario on the team. The home of real brands and real savings. And Telstra. One of the great brands of Australian life. Stream it live, fast and data-free on Telstra. 4 big partners. Give a round of applause to our partners in 2007, everybody. They've never
Yes, Hutchie, now the Foss has shaved his head. Take your hat off so we can have a look at it, because we've got some lookalikes, of course, Foss. First up, we have Voldemort from Harry Potter. Brad Johnson sent that in. And Dr. Evil. Austin Powers.
Just literally recapping, why did you shave your head?
Rob Caldwell said this would be really piss funny if you cut off all your hair and look like Craig and Bill. And so I did it, because I tell you, it's really hard to come to grips with. Anyone who's bald, I'd look like. I mean, you can send anyone in.
No, you look ugly. You look terrible. You look old.
Much smarter. Much smarter.
Real old fossil.
Imagine
you look
if
like.
Sam,
Takes the focus off your face.
have you
too,
entertained the thought that it may not grow back at your age?
No, I made several inquiries about that. They said if it's growing and you have it cut every 3 weeks, there's no reason why it won't grow again.
Oh.
Geelong, let's have a look at the Cats, Paddy. Haven't won a game in the JLT this year. Is that a worry? Zach Tui, you're very impressed with Zach Tui, you told me.
Yeah, he's been a massive inclusion for us, Bill. Obviously, losing Corey Enright, who is one of the all-time great halfbacks.
Yep.
Zach's come in and been impressive from day one. He'll certainly provide us with a lot of run-off half-back, and he's one of the best ball users in the competition. So he'll be really important for us. In terms of our form throughout the pre-season, we haven't won a game yet. We've been trialling a few different things. And at the end of the day, it's about performing round one. So we'll continue that build-up for the remainder of the JLT, which is this Sunday.
You worried about the oh, sorry, Beth.
That's okay. Paddy, he's really fitted into the side and the club really well, and Zach looks like he's just reinvigorated his whole life. He just wants to play footy again. He really seems reinvigorated. Is that your take?
Yeah, he does, and he's a great person to be around. And I think with the program that we run down at Geelong, it's a very relaxed one. But one, obviously, that
Hope not too relaxed.
not too relaxed. I think it's a good balance between enjoying your footy, but also embracing life outside of footy as well.
Has there been a standout this summer that's really stood out? You're going, he'll play round one.
It's great to see Scott Selwood back from injury, so I think he'll be really important for us throughout the year. Zach Tui obviously has been really impressive, and he'll I think be a huge part of the way that we play. Jackson Thurlow returning from a knee reconstruction obviously will also be important for us. But there's stories throughout our entire list. And we need that natural progression from everyone to take the next step.
Now, just before the commercial break, if you missed it, Paddy, has announced that he is giving a brand new car that he won for winning the Age Player of the Year award to a charity. It's called Cottage by the Sea, and we are having a live auction on the show tonight. It is running now. All you need to do is log on to cottagebytheseaauction.com, and all of the proceeds are going to Cottage by the Sea. Also, a year's supply of fuel thanks to APCO. So thank you very much, Paddy.
Coming through already
Stacks
too,
of
Beck,
bids.
which is
We
great.
need to get the...
It's humming already, which is great to see.
We need to get that up. Okay, very important segment. We've missed it over the last 5 or 6 months, haven't we? It's time for Sam's mailbag. Some of us have missed it.
Now, this is from Gilda of Colac, Foss. You didn't say anything publicly when Hutchie was made host. Were you muzzled? No, I just let my PA make the announcement.
Sammy shit himself.
I teach,
Whizzer.
says Gilda, I teach kindergarten at the local primary, and as an exercise in perceptiveness and understanding, we have been examining at length a photo of Craig Hutchison from the newspaper where he is hard at it training. This is him. All week, says Gilda, all week I have been trying to get the kids to work out where the bag begins and Hutchie ends. Please, they had to try and trace where your gut stopped.
Yeah, we got it, Sam.
Hutchie's
We
the
got
one
it.
with the eyes.
I went on the Jenny Craig diet, Bill.
Welcome to the
Yeah,
Footy
how'd
Show,
you go
mate.
on the Jenny Craig diet?
Lost $400 in 6 weeks.
Well, you're trying hard. You are trying and you're looking good. You are.
No, because it's politically incorrect to make fun of people's weight.
Or just mean.
Well, yeah. You are a big man, Craig. You're going to swell up and explode one day, I'll tell you that.
Letter 2, Sam.
Thank you, Becca. Clarissa of Mentone. Sammy, did you see where activists... did you see where the activist group PETA asked rock band Hunters and Collectors to change their name? Apparently the name Hunters and Collectors encourages duck shooting. Yep. Now look, honestly, truly, Hunters and Collectors, you could be hunting memorabilia, you could be collecting autographs or stamp collecting. PETA, a pathetic exercise in trivial... A pathetic exercise in trivial antics. That's what PETA means. And we encourage people to eat lots of meat. Eat lots of it because it's protein enriched to be totally active. That can be PETA as well. So eat lots of meat. Take no notice. You'd have whoever thought of that up at PETA must have had syphilis or something. I mean, how could you think? How could you honestly say?
It's just an opinion.
It's an opinion designed to do exactly what we're doing, talking about it, but saying how pathetic it is. But anyhow, Hunters and Collectors didn't change their name, but they did write this song.
This morning, and it wasn't the sardines. Peter's gone balmy. Our band kills ducks, it seems. This is a guitar, not a gun. Get a grip, I mean, holy f***. You're a good cause, but this is another story. I used your press release as a suppository. Probably time to get your hand off it. Say our fans, holy f***.
And I did. Very good. And just quickly on the politically correct vein, this made international news. We are apparently changing the walk signs to include females at the walk signs, you know, pedestrian
Which
crossing.
is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard
Oh,
in my
let's-
entire life. What a waste of time. Seriously.
Well, let's hope we're going to be absolutely representative because most of the community are fat and ugly. So let's hope they put those on the walk signs. Men and women.
Let's move on. Come on.
Men and women included.
Move on.
And what about the gays and
letter 3, Sam.
guys? Let's put rainbow signs.
Letter 3, Sam.
Walk when the rainbow comes up.
Letter 3.
What's
No,
next?
seriously.
Seriously, letter 3.
Let's go. What's next?
Roman of Clarendon, South Australia. Hey, old man. It is 25 years since Nigel Smart did his infamous off-season firewalk and burnt the crap out of the soles of his feet. Love to see you do the same in a recreation, Newman. And now this is Nigel. This was...
Smart wasn't looking comfortable. Serious burns to his feet.
Now, obviously, we can't recreate it, Roman, because of OH&S. Oh, me, they'd be down here and we couldn't do that. So, bad luck, we can't do it.
I reckon we might be able to... I reckon I might have something for you here. So this probably goes out to all the parents out there, and Paddy's probably going down this track. The mums that have ever stepped on a piece of Lego in their time. It's probably similar to a burning hot coal, so let's have your shoes off.
Just me.
This is you, and I reckon Bill.
I'm ready.
Billy.
A couple of cue balls going at it in the Lego pit.
Is that difficult to do, that is it?
So shoes off, we'll start here.
Very painful, Craig.
Shoes and socks off.
And then we'll get a slow clap going. Once they've got their shoes off,
Shoes and socks.
Any time now.
Come on, Foss.
We've only got an
Billy,
hour
are
time
you
slot
getting
here.
your shoes and socks off?
I'm ready to go. What
All
have we
right.
got to do?
So, here we go.
What are you doing, Alex? Filling the holes.
No, it hurts more if there's spread out.
Yeah, less.
Alex.
Done this before, Alex.
I haven't got much.
Come on, Foss.
Go away.
Come on. That's it. Oh, look at it.
If you want to contribute to Same's mailbag, GPO Box 9, Melbourne, Victoria, 3001 or 9now.com.
Let's get Hutchie on there.
I thought that was Peter Garrett walking across there before. Bit of Peter Garrett.
US forces.
You'll crush the Legos into a
Yeah, I would
fine
too.
talc if you do it.
Yeah,
It'll
not
be
for
like
me.
a sort of a fine dusting powder.
Not
if
for me, Peter Garrett. Not for me. Oh, thanks very much for that, Sam. Magnificent. Ben.
Now, we've got to say goodbye to Alex and Paddy in a minute. However, it has just come up on the screen. Tex Walker's been tweeting throughout the show, and I really need my glasses at this point. Is it true that Danger forgot
His
his
missus's
birthday?
Oh.
Before you go, you need to answer that question, Patrick.
No, it's not. I just remembered at 4:30 in the afternoon.
No, that falls into the category, my
Yes.
friend, of absolutely forgetting. How did that news go down?
Well, my good mate Tommy Lynch, I gave him a call in the afternoon and how you going, Tommy? Great. How's Mars? Wish her a happy birthday for me. I said, I'll call you back.
Well, you better go and play catch up. You're up now. The panel switches.
Put your hands together. For Alex Rance and Patrick Dangerfield, we'll be seeing you boys in a few weeks' time. Sensational stuff.
And that was Bill for his new segment. Stick around for Billy Brown a little bit later on the show. Up next, Dyson Hempel and Isaac Spin join us on the Footy Show. Welcome back to the Footy Show. Great to have your company for our major partner, Sportsbet, which has the new same-game multi now in play. You can jump on the Sportsbet app and place an AFL multi within the same game of footy. For example, last year's grand final, one punter hit the jackpot with a $10 same-game multi on the Dogs. At 1 to 39, Luke Parker to kick the first and Tom Boyd to kick 3 or more for a massive $25,000 return. To get involved, just download the app and always, please, gamble responsibly. Big show still to come, by the way. Damien Barrett is armed and ready with a big story about Gary Ablett. Look forward to that a little bit later on in the program, Becca.
Okay, and we have said goodbye to our first panel, but we have another panel ready and waiting. Please put your hands together for Dyson Heppel, Isaac Smith from Hawthorn, and of course, Shane Crawford. Come on down, boys.
What's this peanut doing?
Oh, Crawford, what on earth?
Back it up, and then just plant it over here, spin around there. And there we go. Hello, everyone. How are you? It's great to be back on the Footy Show. Hello, Craig.
What are you doing,
Congratulations.
What on
Well
earth
done.
are you doing?
I've just come from camping. That's why we're here. We did a bit of bush bonding on the Footy Show, and that's why I'm here. Sam, you were there. We had a great time, didn't we?
No, we did
We
not.
had a terrible time.
Hutchie, did we have a good time?
The worst experience of my life.
Beck, come on. You were laughing the whole way through
Oh, yeah,
it.
I love camping with you blokes. It was awesome.
Anyway, dib, dob, Sam Newman is a flog. Okay. Can I just say, if you love Big Bill, and this is serious, if you love Big Bill, I think we've done it. What? No, I think we have, because we went and did a bit of bonding because Hutchie's new to the show, and we had a wonderful time. So the next couple of weeks, do not go anywhere. You will want to see what we got up to. But tonight, I thought I'd show you just a little bit.
A snippet.
Especially, yeah, just a snippet. Especially with Beck and her first time in the bush, really, when you think about it. So here it is, just to whet the appetite for next week.
This
We're
is the trouble
not
with
going
you,
to stick it
Bill.
on there.
The trouble with you, Bill, that you see a whole bunch of equipment.
What are you doing? You can't hop it in yet.
Paper, perhaps.
Ow! Ow! I can't
What? Like, seriously,
So what about the condom paper?
I don't have a bullet! Ow!
That's not where.
No, I'm not joking. I'm actually not joking.
Bill, suck the
Oh,
poison out of
oh,
the
you did too. You did too. Whoa, oh, damn it. Take that, Ed.
Put that inside there.
Look at it. There it is.
Not taking attention.
Did you bring? Here we go. Here we go.
I don't care about the fire.
Gotta get this.
Here,
But that's not, you need
That hurts. Can you suck that out?
No, I've done that joke already.
Oh, yes, Craig!
Oh, I've done it. You blew it out.
No, I was trying to
you dickhead, you blew it
trying to
out.
spread it across.
You blew it out.
See how much fun it was? Apologies for being such a girl, like honestly.
No, we had a wonderful time. We're going to show you a lot of that next week, over the next few weeks. And we did have a few little challenges along the way, which
Apologies,
I have
but
no doubt
we
has
didn't show
brought
you a
us
lot of
closer
care
together.
there. I'm sorry about that. We
You
didn't show-
totally ignored me.
Yeah.
When we see that next week, when I fell over in the tent, you didn't move
No, we
a
did.
muscle to help me.
Sam, I thought it's his job, but you
He
know.
didn't move a muscle either.
Well, you fell over the tent, you fell over the fire, and you got stung by a bullet. I thought it was all part. I thought it was actually set up.
All that stuff actually happened
And
to
when
me.
we arrived, I drove Bill down. This is absolutely true. You had thrown up because you got car sick. You were thrown up by the gate at the entrance to the property.
It was a good start, wasn't it? Anyway, we'll see more of that charming
it was
content in the next
absolutely
couple of weeks.
Shocking.
Now,
I hope we
I've
never
been
see that
watching a
ever
bit
again.
of footy. I've
Now-
been watching a little bit of footy.
Yeah.
And I
Have
just
you?
want to straighten. I'm just a touch. I'm disappointed Danger's gone, but I reckon I can improve Paddy Dangerfield for the year. And that's
Croft,
through...
he won the Brownlow. Come
No,
on.
I know, but I think he can improve by kicking short. And I've got a few examples. But look, I think most teams, what they're doing when they set up against Paddy Dangerfield, especially around the stoppage or a boundary throw-in, is they want him to kick long. They don't want him to handball. They don't want him to have a short kick to one of his teammates. So they're blocking all those options. And as you attack that a lot of sides are coming up with. And even here, I reckon if he can start using the short option, the 45-degree angle kicks and just the short kicks, he becomes unpredictable again. He's already the best player in the competition, but I reckon he can actually add another string to his bow and go to another level throughout the year.
Let me get this straight. You've turned up tonight and you're taking aim at the Brownlow medalist.
It's a long time in the bush, so you think about a lot.
You're very, very courageous to do that with Paddy already
I'm not
gone.
having a go. I'm saying he's already a superstar,
No, it
but I
sounds
reckon
like
he
a
can
go
get
to me.
better.
You're having
I
a
reckon
massive
Geelong will
go.
kick more goals, and I reckon Paddy Dangerfield will play even better than he did last year.
Can we check out the back? Is
Very
Paddy,
brave to say
has
it.
he gone or is he still here?
No,
or
he's
what's,
gone home.
Can we, out
You
the
hope
back,
he's
is Paddy,
gone
hang
home.
on, here we go,
Oh,
this
no,
is live.
he hasn't.
Paddy,
28 votes, Croft. That's what you won on. I think I had that maybe round 19. That'll do me.
You can't really...
taking that one.
It's done the walkout. It's off the microphone.
Anyway, that's it. It's a fair comeback, but I reckon he'll get more votes if he starts kicking the ball short this
I'm
year.
sure
You're
he's
actually
listening
serious
to you,
about
Croft.
this,
I am 100% sure,
Okay.
yeah. The thing about footy these days, it's all about possession and maintaining possession. And I reckon teams are setting up with a long kick with him all the time.
Okay, Dyson, great to have you on the panel. For the first time this season. And congratulations on the captaincy.
Thank you very much.
A tremendous effort, but we do need to ask you something straight off the bat. I'm sure you would have seen that Sam Newman had an exclusive earlier with Mick Gatto. Coming in as a new captain at your club, does it disappoint you that you are waking up this morning and seeing a front page story about something that happened 2-3 years ago? Surely you must just want to get off to a clean slate.
Yeah, oh look, it's disappointing that the saga continues to poke its nose out, but I think all I'll say about that is that as a collective we're purely solely focused on an exciting season ahead. You know, we're really looking forward to playing some very exciting footy, and that we can give to our extremely loyal members and supporters. And ultimately, I think that's the message that I want to convey, is that to anyone that has a vested interest in the footy club, is that no matter what the noise is outside, within the four walls of the footy club, we'll be unbreakable this year. We'll be relentless. We'll be relentless in our pursuit to achieving a common goal, and what that is playing an exciting brand that our fans want to see, that we want to see, and ultimately win bloody games of footy. That's
Well
what we're here
said,
to do.
well said.
Yeah, absolutely. Dyson, it's great to see. I reckon that's exactly what Essendon fans want to see. Front foot, firm in where you're going, and it's well played. Congratulations on the captaincy, as Beck said. One of 5 Gippslanders in the competition, I think, to be a captain now. Did you speak to Job and canvass his view before you took the role?
Yeah, look, I think Job's been extremely supportive in me taking over the captaincy, and look, I think the main message from Job was to really be myself. I was elected as captain for a reason, and and that's being myself, and I guess putting my own authenticity on the role. So really enjoying it so far. Got tremendous support from the likes of Job, Brendan Goddard, and other amazing leaders throughout the club. So really exciting.
Dyson, how do you think that the first few games of the season proper will play out for you? Because you've had 12 months off, and there's two sides of thinking to this. You'll be fresh, uninjured, all that sort of thing. But after 12 months of not playing competitive footy, do you lose your touch? Is it going to take you a while to gel, re-gel, I suppose?
Yeah, look, I guess that's a bit of the unknown, but I think that's a really exciting thing. Who knows what we'll do early in the year, but we put in an enormous pre-season, as everyone has, but look, things are coming together quite nicely. Tried a few different things throughout this pre-season. A great opportunity for us, coming in with a really strong side up in Bendigo on Sunday. So, look, that's going to be a great opportunity for us, and hopefully that'll put us in good stead leading into round 1.
Now, Dyson.
Sammy.
Have you ever thought of having your hair cut off?
Well, I haven't. I don't know about this.
Why don't you have a crack at it?
Yeah.
Incidentally, I don't know, just if I may, I don't know if Cole Hutchison is a brother of yours, or is it the same spelling? He's the AFL statistician. So, Cole, take this as gospel. Job Watson is a Brownlow medal winner. It will never be taken off the record books. He is a legitimate winner, and any quiz question from now on said who won the Brownlow in the year he was awarded it, he is the winner.
Very passionate, Sam. Very passionate, very good. Let's have a look at the returning Bombers. There's a list coming up right now. And this is wonderful. We wish them all the very best. Heppel, Hooker, Hurley, Collier, Hocking, Myers, Howlett, Stanton, Bell, Chambers and Watson. Well done. Wish them all the very best. It's been a tough year last year, and I have no doubt they're going to win a lot of games. They're going to get out and really cause some trouble to a lot of the other sides, and we just wish them all the very best. There's some youngsters coming in as well. They might take a bit of time, and I reckon Joe Danaher, I reckon he's a certainty for Mark of the Year, Dyson. No doubt about that. Been taking plenty of training.
Yeah, he does. He can get up there. Bloody hell.
Training.
Yeah. Isaac, welcome to you, mate. Great to see you along for the Hawthorn Footy Club another year. Job security is not the same as it was at your place after the coach made a tough call on the future with Sam Mitchell out, Jordan Lewis out to the Demons, and O'Meara and Tom Mitchell and others in. How did that go down around the place?
Yeah, it was some pretty big news, but talking about job security, I signed 4 years at the end of last year, so
well done.
I'm pretty happy. But
it's all about you, Isaac.
yeah, no, it was a big change, and obviously there was a few shock faces when it all went down, but we've got the new boys in now, and it's a very refreshing place to be at, and a few changes, a lot of energy around the group, so... Yeah.
And you're stepping up in the world. There was a big announcement yesterday, right around the world, that Audi, one of the biggest brands in the world, Sam, had announced its global ambassadors.
Nice cars.
Have a look at these for some of the names. Asher Keddy, the Chris Hemsworth, who the girls love. Mick Fanning, of course, and Hugh Jackman, who's just a humble sort of guy from the suburbs.
Pretty
in the
big
fifth and final, Radan's own Isaac Smith. You're kidding, aren't you?
Yeah,
How did you find yourself among that company?
Well, that was a long time ago. I just heard that Audi were looking for some good-looking sponsors because they didn't have any on board, so I jumped on. No, it's a great brand to be associated with. They're a great sponsor of Hawthorn, and very proud to be
You don't roll in those circles.
Probably not next to those blokes, but just a level underneath.
By the same token, Isaac, just from looking at you in the last 30 seconds, you're pretty happy with yourself, I've got a feeling. Very laid back and very comfortable to be in front of the cameras.
He's always smiling.
Oh, there's nothing to be stressed about, Sam.
No, I admire it. Cary Grantish.
He is. He's a good-looking lad, isn't he, Sam?
Very good-looking.
Unlike you at the moment with that silly bald head.
Did you do the whole lot?
What?
All the hair? The legs and backside and stuff like that?
You're talking about around the agates, Shane, are you?
I'm just saying, did you do the whole lot?
Thanks very much for going there,
That
Croft.
fell out years ago.
That's what happens when you get old.
It falls out.
It's the only thing that falls out.
Isaac, another great thing to happen at your club is that Ruffy, our great mate here on the Footy Show, cleared from cancer in December. And not only that, has been named captain of the Hawthorn Footy Club. What a remarkable effort. He came out in his first JLT game and he absolutely smashed it. That must be so inspiring at the Hawthorn Footy Club to watch Ruffy on his return.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. He's, as you said, he's captain now, but most importantly, he's cancer-free. And it's brilliant to have him around the club. He adds so much energy to the group, and he's going to lead in his own pretty special way. So we're pretty excited to have the big man back.
Let's have a look at the list changes for the Mighty Hawks. O'Meara comes in, looking forward to that. Tommy Mitchell, we've got Ricky Henderson from the Crows. Vickery, hopefully he can have a big year. And Mitchell Lewis, there you go. Who would have thought Jordan Lewis and Sam Mitchell out and Mitchell Lewis comes in. So O'Meara's looking very good.
He looks good, Shane.
There was a lot of doubts.
Brownlow medalist of the Hawks in
That's right, but the Hawks wouldn't pick someone up if they thought they couldn't get them going. They got Sean Burgoyne going. They got Brian Lake going when they had knee injuries. So, look, a lot of people are saying, you know, they might drop down a touch, but it's a very hungry group. Last year they weren't happy with where they finished. The coach always makes hard calls, and I've got a feeling they're going to win a lot of games and be there once again when the whips are cracking.
And, of course, nothing more important than kicking a goal after the siren. And we saw that week before last in the JLT with Cade Stewart. Look at this young man here. Cool as the other side of the pillow, as Dennis Cometti would say. He just slots it after the buzzer to win the game. And that's how they do things at Hawthorn. Well, most of the time. Anyway, Isaac.
Oh, no.
What happened here in the finals
no.
last year? A bit cocky? Had the smile out?
Hutchie, you can't get a guest on and then play that.
No, guys.
Come on, Hutchie.
Well, Archie, as you know, a game of footy's 4 quarters, and just before Stewie kicked that goal, someone else happened to kick a goal a minute before it to give us a chance to win it. So, yeah, it was very disappointing last year, but hey, it's 2017.
Luckily, you've only got 3
Quite
premierships
right.
before that, so you'll be okay. That's all right.
That's right. At least you're out there doing it,
Have a
unlike
crack.
all the critics that sit on their ass watching it.
Look, Sammy?
Now, look, this is just, Craig has made a sincere effort to, and we should say this because he's worked diligently to lose weight. I took a snap of him in a plane going over to Wickham. This is some years ago.
That's not real.
That is absolutely real. That's not doctored. Craig, I have doctored that. Craig nodded off up at the front of the plane and was just into his 3rd meal. And
well, they're only tiny.
looked like he'd eaten a capybara, but that's him. He nodded off. That is a fact. But we had a meeting. We always do before the show on Thursday. We had a Tuesday meeting, and fair to say that OH&S have just worried that something might fly off. That's Craig just sitting there listening to... that's you.
That's not me.
That is you. I took the photo on my phone, and the buttons are fair straining. Look at that. Thank heavens the industrial buttons were sewn onto the shirt, because OH&S, I think, have ordered the audience to wear some protective eyewear in case you burst a button during the show. So just if you hear one go bing, just watch out. It's likely to happen.
You hang on a minute. That's secret photography. You're blaming Tony Sheehan for taking secret photography on you today. You've abused him, and you've done the exact same thing in the meeting.
No.
Exact same thing. That's hypocritical, isn't it?
No, it's not. I was privy and part of our meeting. Tony Sheehan was a interloper who snuck in and filmed us without our permission and translated.
That wasn't with permission. That wasn't with permission.
No, but we were we were one of a team in there. He wasn't
clearly
part of the team.
Yes.
Clearly not.
Anyway.
It's bullying, Beck.
It is a touch of bullying, and H&S or whatever it's
I'm working
called.
on it. I'm having a crack. I'm working.
H&S will be down to talk to you. The phone's ringing. We're going to take a very short break on the Footy Show. We'll be back with much
Still to come, Damien Barrett returns to centre stage with all the latest and greatest news in football. Will another panel member take the ultimate Lego firewalk test? You wanted the best, and you'll get the best when yours truly brings a new segment that will go straight to the Footy Show pool room. Brizzy band Shepherd is ready to rip the roof off with their new single. And the segment that almost broke television is having another crack in 2017. What the Foss. It's enough to make you hungry like the Wolverine. Stay with us. The next month on the Footy Show is going to be huge. Cop this for massive names and plenty of fresh faces. Max Gawn, Nick Revolt, Joel Selwood, Luke Hodge, Tyler Adam, Stevie J, Maverick Weller, Jesse Hogan, Michael Hurley, Dion Prestia, Jaeger O'Meara, and of course, our world-famous draftees segment. Plus, a horrendous experience in the bush, our pre-season camping trip, all the highs and all the lows of that one. Alex Rance, he's weird, he's wonderful, and he has his own regular segment this year. Can't wait for that one. The certainties are back. Oh no. If one of our panel members get their certainty tip wrong, they will be punished. Corp has been working on the punishment, which is a massive concern. Our Sydney correspondent Heath Shaw is our man on the ground up there this year, and he has already started the year off with a bang. The Footy Show Stakes returns, and later this year we'll bring back one of the oldest and most loved Footy Show segments. So stand by for more details in coming weeks. It's going to be a huge start to the year on the mighty Footy Show.
Well, so much to look forward to for season 2017 on the Footy Show. That's just a taste of what's to come in the coming weeks. But right now, we need to get back to the best newsbreaker in the business, Damien Barrett, for your second appearance this evening. Welcome.
Thank you, Back. And there's another showdown looming between Gary Ablett and the Gold Coast Suns when at the end of the year, Ablett will again ask for a clearance back to Victoria. We learnt in the most recent off-season that Ablett, who at that stage had just completed the first of a 3-year contract extension, sought leave back to Geelong from the Suns on the back of family reasons being given for the reason for that particular request. He will, and he will, pose the same question at the end of this season. But as you're about to see in this interview, the Gold Coast Suns chairman, Tony Cochrane, is already adamant that he knows the outcome. What have you said to Gary since?
No, just that he's a required player here and he's very much part of the fabric of this club. I mean, Gary's the real deal.
So have you said to him that under no circumstances will you consider him leaving this footy club under this contract? You've told him that?
Correct.
So this talk that has happened and will no doubt happen again, what do you say to that?
Well, you're saying it'll happen again.
The talk will. The talk will.
Happen again in the Melbourne media because you all drive yourself into a frenzy and knock yourselves out with it. But it's not
I can
knock
see
me out.
that's a fair enough statement to make. But 1 year after signing a 3-year contract extension, he sought to leave.
Yeah, well,
I mean, that's fact, Tony. That's not us making it up.
No, but I've answered it.
Yeah.
And if you don't like the answer, then fair enough, I can give you a different answer to make you feel good about yourself, but I'm not going to give you a different answer.
Okay, let's put this to bed. Gary Ablett will be staying at the Gold Coast Suns for 2017 and 2018.
Absolutely. And I'm of the belief he'll want to be playing in 18 here because of our results in 17.
And under no circumstances will you allow him to break that deal?
Correct.
Okay. I reckon that does potentially end this conversation for future Gary Ablett speculation.
Gary Ablett is a required player at the Gold Coast Suns. Full stop. Not a comma, not an exclamation mark if you like. Boom.
Hutchie, this was denied all last year by everyone associated with Gary Ablett and the Gold Coast Suns, and yet we did learn officially that indeed happened. And I raise this with you tonight because you drove the commentary around the possibilities, and you actually almost stated it as fact at one stage that this indeed would happen. Do you expect him to be in Gold Coast Suns colours in 2018?
No, I don't. Well, great interview, by the way, and the chairman is known for talking tough, and that's his stamp. He put his stamp on the club, and that's great, and that's probably how he should be talking. But
yeah, he hadn't
when
been
push
blowing
comes
up
to
helium balloons, had he? Before you... Did you notice had he been blowing? Was there a party imminent? Did he be blowing?
He's got a lot of energy, and that's who he is.
When push comes to shove, Damo, it'll make good business sense for them both for him to come back at the end of the year, and that'll be driven, I would think, by the list management team.
The money's the issue, but they'll.
I don't think it is for Gary.
Okay. On $1 million plus for that next year. Tonight he's returned to football, kicked 2 goals and had 23 touches in a 23-point loss by his team against the Western Bulldogs. Just on to Callum Mills before I go, the 2016 Sydney Swans rising star. Set to sign a monster contract extension with the Sydney Swans. They're in negotiations, his management and the club, to do that, and the club is really keen to keep him away from what happened to another Swans Academy player last year, Isaac Keaney. North Melbourne put a 6-year offer to him at massive money. Swans keen to get Mills on a similar deal to the one that Heaney ultimately signed with them, and that is at least 5 years.
Okay, some very big news stories there indeed. Please thank Damien Barrett again for bringing us up to date what's going on in the world of footy. Now, over the summer, would you believe, and I can't believe we've given in to his demands, Billy Brownless has actually demanded his very own brand new segment, and we have given it to you. Bill, where are you and what are you doing?
Here I am back. Here it is. Oh, look at that. That's it. Suki La La Land bet. And here I am in the crowd, and we are looking for the week's biggest sook. Who is the sook of the week? Who is the biggest Suki La La out there? And this happened over summer. It was a Canadian Davis Cup player, and have a look what happened. He's gone whack with a tennis ball and hit the umpire in the eye. Now, he didn't mean it. He actually got disqualified. And have a look at the umpire. You reckon he got hit by a bowling ball. Fair dinkum. Have a look at him. Wait for it. Old Suki La La. He's got the ice up there.
That's harsh.
Gee, Bill probably blinded him, you fool.
So the crowd here say to the umpire, Suki La La. We're away. Don't worry about that.
Thank goodness that worked, Bill. Thank goodness that worked.
Hang on, crowd, hang on. This happened in the FA Cup a couple of weeks ago. This is the reserve goalkeeper of Sutton. He's having a pie during the game, old fat. Have a look at him. That's not new. I used to have 2 before a game. There's nothing wrong with that. But the English soccer officials, they sacked him. He got sacked because he had a pie during the game. That is not on. So we say to the English soccer officials, Suki La La. Yes, and one more here. And I know she's in the country and she'll be watching. Adele. Fair dinkum, Adele, you stuffed this up. You sooked up at the Grammys. Let's have a look. She stuffed up the words.
I know it's live TV. I'm sorry. I need to start again. I fucked it up. I can't do it again. I'm sorry for swearing and I'm sorry for starting again. Can we please start it again? I'm sorry. I can't mess this up for him. I'm sorry. I can't.
Come on, Delzy, you stuffed it up. It's not that hard. Fair dinkum. Delzy, have a look at this. This is how you do it. That is word perfect. That is fantastic. That's how you do it, Delzy. So we say to you, Adele, Suki La La.
Do you think that segment will be back?
Yeah, I like it.
You liked it. Well done, Bill.
There we go. Texas tweeting away as well. Well done to Bill Brownless. Suki La La Betland will get another week on the Footy Show, no question. The Lego Challenge still to come, potentially, and a whole lot more right here on the Footy Show.
Well, there we go. The AFLW started with a bang. Sellout crowds, could not get a seat. Standing room only. Great marks, great hard footy. New stars have been born. Isaac, you've been watching the footy, and Dyson, you've been watching the women's footy. What do you make of it? It's great stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll go, mate. It is. It's brilliant for the young girls out there to have some role models, and I grew up with 3 sisters, so they all love kicking the footy with me. So yeah, it gives all the girls out there an opportunity to play the sport they love.
And the Adelaide Crows and Brisbane look like,
Yep.
at this stage, Hutchie, you've been following it very closely, look like they're going to meet in the grand final.
It looks like the only 2 teams that can host it. I think they'd probably fill Adelaide Oval, Beck, 50,000 people. It's been fantastic, unbelievable. You can check out women's footy right here on 9 on Sunday at 11:30. All the live insight into what's been gripping football to date. Sam, have you watched any of it, mate?
I haven't, but don't take that as a vote of no confidence. I don't watch the AFL, so I'm not likely to watch the women's football, but it has been a fantastic success, and congratulations to them, and they're doing it great.
Been unreal, hasn't it? Absolutely.
Well said, Sam. I didn't think you were going to say that, but well said. Now, Dyson and Isaac, you have just been sitting there not doing much, so I want to play a little game with you. It's called overrated, underrated. I say a word and you say overrated or underrated. Isaac, I'm going to start with you, and then Dyson, you just answer straight afterwards. Adele.
Underrated.
Underrated.
Okay. The movie Love Actually.
Definitely underrated. It's my favourite movie.
Haven't seen it.
Hang on.
Overrated.
Love Actually is your favourite movie.
I love Hugh Grant. He's
That's
absolutely
huge.
brilliant.
You look like Hugh Grant. Mike
Hopefully they'll
Fitzpatrick,
behave like
Dyson.
Overrated.
Well, he's left, so I suppose you can say that, Isaac.
I had a Carlton jumper on before, so underrated.
Okay. Weddings. Dyson.
Overrated.
Isaac.
Long-term girlfriend, Dyson.
Both long-term girlfriends.
Definitely underrated.
Underrated. Well done. Goals after the siren. That would be to Isaac.
Overrated.
Underrated.
Dreadlocks. Dyson.
Underrated.
Overrated. I can smell them from here.
Heppel curtains and soft furnishings, Lee and Gaffer.
Oh, wow. Underrated. Huge.
Family, yes. Have you been to Heppel curtains and soft furnishing, Isaac?
No, I've been waiting for Ruffy to take me down. I just did some reno, so I'm looking to get some curtains.
Okay.
There you go. Mum saw you out.
Nick Kyrgios, Dyson.
Overrated.
Yep. Isaac.
What he said.
What he said. And my salt and pepper dance on the grand final show.
Underrated.
Underrated.
Give it to you.
There we go.
Oh, underrated.
There you go. Well done, Beck.
Well done.
You played that very well, boys.
Very well played, to Dyson and Isaac. Now, Bill's out in the crowd again, which scares me. Where are you, Wilbur?
Hutch, here I am with a very proud father, and it is your dad, Ken.
Oh, no.
Ken Hutchison. Good on you, Kenny. How have you rated Craig's performance tonight?
I think he's been excellent. Don't we all agree?
Oh, it's good. Now, was he any good as a sports person as a child?
He was. He was a very good cricketer. He was a good batsman. He was a good bowler.
Jeez.
And he even kept wickets.
A wicket keeper.
But he did have a weakness.
What was that?
Fielding. He was no good in the field.
He was that slow they called him...
They called him Pillar.
As a big concrete post, because he didn't move.
Right. That's exactly right.
Pillar. Oh, Pillar Hutchison up there. Look at him.
There is a legend around Warragul by the name of Bingles Ballingall.
Oh, Bingles, yeah.
You know Bingles?
No.
Get on with
Anyway,
it, Ken.
he was a
Get on
legend.
with it.
And one day, Craig was out in the field.
Yes.
And Bingles yells out,
This is the
Pillar,
worst.
Pillar, they've just...
What's he doing?
We still one more. What was he like growing up? Was he well behaved?
He was generally very well behaved.
Yes.
Generally very well behaved.
But
he did play up with his mother on one occasion.
Yes.
And she cracked it. She said, out, Craig, out. I'm ordering you out.
Yes.
And she turned to me. This is his late mother. She turned to me and said, you've got to do something. Get him back.
Yeah.
I said, no, you threw him out. You get him back.
And you said he'll be back when he's hungry.
I did. I said...
He went 20 metres and...
20 metres.
Yes, you said that.
Oh, put your hands together for Ken Hutchison in the crowd. I think Ken actually might be a regular. We love him so much. How would you feel about that?
Yeah, it's 3:15 in the morning when you finish that story.
Ken's a sweetheart.
He is a
good man, my
sweetheart.
dad.
We might get him in regularly, I reckon.
That picture of you in the basketball gear, you obviously suffered from statue lean. You had statue tilt, didn't you? Your body wasn't straight.
I don't think I've improved since then either, by the way. But yeah, not a good look. But thanks for running it for the last 6 years while I've been away. I appreciate it.
And you'll see much more of it.
What are you wearing the glasses for? What's with the glasses?
We're just in case.
What's with the glasses?
OH&S said in case there's a button episode.
Sam.
Well, no, mate. I was asked to wear them. You know, I know this Bill laughed at the bloke getting hit in the eye with the tennis ball. I'm waiting for someone to get killed in NASCAR, Bill, and you say he's a sook.
Well, all right, you keep your glasses on. We're going to go to a commercial break. We'll be back with Pillar Hutchinson and the whole gang after the break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Footy Show. Don't go anywhere because we have a sensational band from Brisbane called Shepherd and they'll be bringing us home tonight. Can't wait for that. But it is now time for What the Fuss. It's you, Posse. It's you. Now, usually we would do questions from the audience, but we've run out of time tonight because Hutchie has spoken far too long on his first night. Tex Walker, he's been tweeting throughout the night and he has sent in this What the Fuss question. And it is, Fossil, get Pillar, Craig Hutchison, to do the Lego walk. Great question. Great question, Tex Walker. Hutchie, come on, Pillar.
Take the shoes off quickly, Craig. Time is up.
I'm only going to do this if Beck does it. I'm only going to do this if Beck does it.
Yeah, Beck, you take your shoes off, and Beck, you take your clothes off. Shoes, I'm sorry. Yes.
I'm only going to do it if Beck does it.
Yeah, well, righto,
This is how you do it. Ready?
Righto. Now, just be careful. Don't injure yourself.
Okay.
There he goes.
That's his initiation done and dusted. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with a sensational band right after this. Shepherd is coming your way. Well, hasn't it been a sensational debut for 2017 on the Footy Show? We have some great news in. Patrick Dangerfield very kindly donated a car to a magnificent charity, Cottage by the Sea. And I have the total figures in. We've been running a live auction all night and we have raised for Cottage by the Sea $25,000.
Fantastic, Beck.
Absolutely sensational. Thank you very much to Paddy Dangerfield and Cottage by the Sea will be putting that money to great use. To great use. Now, have a listen to this. Next week, Husey is back. We have our Bonding in the Bush segment. We have Max going on. We have Stevie J, Mav Weller, Taylor Adams, and our draftees, if you don't mind. We thought we had a good first show. What about our second show?
Can't wait, Becca.
Sensational. Now, we need to thank our boys, Isaac Smith and Dyson Heppel, for coming in.
Well done.
Best of luck at the start of the season, boys. Great to have you in.
Absolutely, and to Sam and to Shane and to Bill and to everybody else. And to finish tonight, one of the great Australian music acts, currently on tour with Justin Bieber, would you believe? And their new single, released tomorrow, looks like it'll be even bigger than Geronimo, that great classic, To Blow the Roof Off. Episode 1 of the Footy Show. It's back, ladies and gentlemen, bigger than ever. Give it up for Shepherd and Keep Me Crazy.
It says, yeah, I live a lie 'cause I like it more than the truth. 1, 2, 3, I made my peace, I'm one with the world. But here you are, without any warning. I'm out of breath, but I gotta say. Darling, lately, I've been walking blind in the dark, never see the sun. You could save me, give a little heed to the heart. to fall. Oh, lights down, hard winds shaking off. I'll wave my flag, I'm done with the war. You grab my hand without any warning. I'm on the edge, you pull me away, way. Darling, lately I've been walking blind in the dark, never see the sun. You can save me, give a little key to the heart that was born to run. It was love in a minute, God, I admit it. Let's make a break for the door. Be my baby, keep me crazy. Whoa. How you guys doing this evening? You having fun? One head spins, start to fall. Lights down, heart winds shaking on. This one's for you, Billy. Darling, lately I've been walking blind in the dark, never see the sun.